Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you in another video. Now, of course, I'm just following up after we've done all the Halloween stuff. I just want to do some more. Obviously, we're doing some more Halloween stuff. I want to wrap up all this Halloween stuff, really. So, tomorrow I'll do my costumes ranked. Today is obviously top 10 worst buildings. And then it will all be wrapped up for Thanksgiving. I don't really want to be doing these videos over Halloween, going over. I might do a brief video just talking about the takedown stuff. I don't usually do that though, so I'm not too sure. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But whatever. So let's get into the list. Number 10. So we'll go to number 10. So number 10. Number 10 on the worst buildings. So these are obviously the ones that have only been added in Halloween. So number 10 is the construction yard. So of course it came this year. I mean, it is a pretty cool building. I do think it looks kind of cool. Obviously it's got this sort of spooky feel to it, and it definitely fits in with Halloween. We've got the skulls there. We've got obviously the little workbench and the cauldron and all that, and the little torch device looking thing. But the one problem, I just think that overall it's a bit. It just compared to the other buildings, I had to kind of put it here because I just think that the other buildings, to me at least, were better. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's not a terrible building, and of course it is our thing for crafting. But one thing, it does remind me of the horribleness of crafting. I despise crafting, and that's the problem I have with this building. Obviously, after the event, it's just going to be a money earner. But at the minute, it's to do with crafting, and it just puts me off it. And I hate crafting buildings, and it gives me a terrible taste. So that's why I put that one there, and it's a bit harsh to give it that just because it's obviously been forced to be the crafting building. But I mean, it's not exactly a most, it's not like a very aesthetically pleasing building. It's just quite bland. So moving on, number 9. So number 9, I've gone with the large mausoleum. So I mean, it is kind of cool, I guess. But it just is a bit ugly to me. It's meant to be. I know it's meant to be this sort of broken up mausoleum, and it's meant to be sort of all sort of broken and spooky and stuff. And it's. I don't find it particularly hard to fit these kind of stuffs into my town. I think it is kind of easy to fit into the town. But it's not like this building. The building to me, it doesn't really scream uniqueness. Doesn't really scream, like a standout building. It's just quite boring, really. So I'm just not really crazy about it. And again, it comes down to, compared to others, I'll have to put this one here. Moving on. So yeah, so number 8. So number 8 for me, I have actually put the I've put the Tentacorp HQ. So it's this kind of cool bit. It's okay. I mean, I'm not crazy about it. It does come from a very particular event I didn't like, but it's not terrible. Now, first of all, I don't really get. To me, it's the shape of it anyway. I find it a tiny bit hard to fit it in because it looks like it should be bigger. But at the same time, if it was bigger, I don't know if I'd like it. I think I'd probably be further up my list. So I'm not really weird. It's just a really weird shape, and it's okay. It doesn't look terrible. I'm just not really crazy about it. I don't really like it, and it always kind of gives this bad. There's another one that just gives you a bad taste in my mouth when I'm looking. I'm like, oh. What is that? So, it's not a terrible building, but I just kind of had to force myself and put it here. And again, it comes back down to it, and this will be the last one. Compared to the other ones, it's just pretty bad. But don't worry, I'm not going to use that excuse anymore. So anyway, let's move to number 7. So number 7 is the sunken? Oh, I'm an idiot. Sunken Temple. Why did I say sorry about that. Sunken Temple, bloody hell. So now we have this, and it is actually a building. Now, first of all, it doesn't earn cash, and it still counts under the files and under the wiki and under everything, even under like sort of EA and under like standard. It's not a decoration. This counts as a building, so that's why I'm going to put it on my list. Now, of course, it doesn't earn cash, so it's kind of bad. That's the first bad thing. I mean, that's not all. I don't think earning cash is everything to a building anyway. So I mean, I'm not going to give it just that. That's why I haven't put it any higher, because I don't think that's really fair. But to me, it's just a really weird. It's kind of a horrible reminder of the thing, and it's kind of pretty cool. If you tap it, you get obviously the creature and stuff. But it's just a horrible reminder, and I couldn't really give it a pass for the cash. I know I said it doesn't matter. That's why it's not any higher. I'm not going to put it any higher because obviously it doesn't earn cash. But I had to put it on the list anyway, just because it doesn't earn cash really, and of course it's a horrible reminder. And of course, no, I'm not going to use that excuse. All right. Anyway, number 6. So number 6, I've gone with the Make a Thing workshop. So the Make a Thing Workshop. Now it was from, I'm not actually too sure which event it was from, but it's a really tiny. Was it from last year or the year before? I can't remember. But it's a crafting building nevertheless, which is horrible. If anything that's a crafting building, I don't really like that much, to be honest with you. And this one I particularly hate. It's really small, and I always found it was too small. When I was trying to fit it in my shopping strip, I always felt it needed to be just 2 squares bigger, 2 of the little tiny squares bigger. It just needed to be that, and it wasn't. And I find it really hard to put it in. Second of all, it doesn't really make sense to why it was added in a Halloween event. To me, it seems like a Christmas event. If this was made in Christmas, I could understand, but it wasn't. Now I don't know which episode this is from, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I tried to look and I couldn't find anywhere from what episode it was from. So maybe that's just my fault. There was nothing on the wiki for it. So if anyone knows what episode this is from, please tell me. But to me, anyway, unless there's some sort of hidden meaning behind it, and it was secretly making murderous toys, I honestly don't see why it was added in this event. I'm a bit confused on that one. But I mean, that's not the main reason. I mean, the fact that it's small and it's crafting puts it on this list anyway. Yeah. So anyway, number 5. So number 5, I put the catacombs from this year. Now, I mean, they're okay. They're not terrible, I guess, but to me, they just look ugly. They're boring and they're ugly, and it's a little bit hard to place. I find these are really hard to place. I mean, you can just put some trees around it, and it's not too bad, but it does stick out like a sore thumb still. I don't really get why it's a cash earning building. Like this to me is what a decoration should be. I don't see why it's a cash earning building, but whatever. I'm not really going to complain that it is a cash earning building, but there's some things which I think that just shouldn't be buildings, and they should just stay as decorations. But whatever, bit weird, and it's not the most amazing decoration out there. It is pretty ugly, so I had to place it here. Number 4. So number 4, I've put the spooky house. Now I hate the spooky house. There's just something about it which, honestly, I hate it. Whenever I see it, of course, it's been ever since it was introduced. It's been in the crafting menu forever, and it's just horrible to see. I hate looking at it. It's a really weird size for a starter. Now, when you try and place it, I tried to place it in my neighborhood, but it's too big to fit in neighborhoods, I feel like. So then I tried to place it, within some trees, but the trees are about the same size of it. So again, it just doesn't make sense. It's just a really weird and stupid size. It's quite boring. It's ugly. I don't like looking at it, and of course you can make multiple of them, which annoys me when they make a building where you can make multiple of them. I don't like buildings where you can make multiple of them, because to me it feels like I'm forced to have more than one, when I don't want more than one. And obviously I don't have to have more than one, but it's the thing that annoyed me with the houses as well. You could buy multiple houses. I thought what they should have done instead is get some different coloured houses instead, and not just give us multiple orange houses, multiple white houses, and multiple. Just give us I don't know, a different colour house, or a ranger colour house, or a suburban house, and a crappy house. Just do that. I don't see why they didn't do that instead. But whatever. Number 3. Number 3 is the portal to Rigel. Is it Rigel? I know they're called Rigilians. Is it Rigel then? Rigel 7. The portal to Rigel 7. So, of course, for a starter, it cost you 100 donuts, and I don't like the fact that it was 100 donuts, because to me, it is a cash earning thing, and I know it's a cash earning building, technically, but for 100 donuts, it's not very much, it's kind of small and a bit sort of out of place. It should have been a decoration, really. I mean, I'm not really condemning it for being a building, but it's the kind of thing that realistically should be a decoration. And just for some reason, I just hate it. I don't like it. Again, it's another one you can buy multiple of, which annoys me as well. I don't know. I just have a strange hate for it. Sorry about that. But number two is the spooky cabin. So it's ununique. There's so many things that look like this. The Lincoln cabin. All the little cabins we've got like little houses and stuff. And I just feel like there's so many. If you look in Simpsons episode, there's so many other cabins. You have that one, one's on mountains, and all these Burns' cabin in the mountains. So there's loads of cabins. There's just too many of them. And this is a spooky cabin. Whatever. It doesn't really care. I don't really care about it. I don't really care for it. I don't like it. It's ununique. It's boring. It's just ugly. It's okay to place in. It's easy to place in. and it's crafting usually, so it's just a number of things I don't like. So yeah, but it does not compare to the number one. So what is number one? Can we have that drum roll? It's the spooky campfire. Oh, damn how I hate the spooky campfire. Now, I didn't like the spooky campfire. At first, I did say it wasn't too bad. It looked okay. Now, I'm going to compare this to the one we got from the last Halloween, the last superhero event, where we got the Orphan Alley from the superhero event. Now, that was a really big, and I felt like it was a little bit out of place, and it was hard to fit. I didn't find it too hard to fit in. I found a really cool way of fitting it in to my town. But, it is quite a hard one to fit in, the big Orphan Alley, but the spooky campfire is really, in my opinion, impossible to fit in. Now, I've seen some designs and they look okay, but they still don't really look that great to me. Like, a lot of people just place them and put trees around them and then put like the spooky cabin and stuff like that near it, and it looks okay, but it doesn't look, it's just too big. And you compare it to other buildings, compare it to the school even, it's huge compared to the school. Like, the campfire itself is as big as the Make a Shift workshop, or the Make a Thing workshop, sorry. It's just, to me, it's a bit big, and it would have been better if they maybe actually added Dr. Hibbett's island, and then they had the campfire on the island, like it was like a tiny one, and they should have added that last year. So that's my first critique of it. My second critique is, of course, you have to send characters to it to earn. You had to anyway. It's a horrible thing I hated. I'm pretty sure you still have to. I'll double check on that. But yeah, you have to send characters to actually get the stuff, and it annoys me because then it means that those characters can no longer do their usual tasks. It's basically saying that you could have probably you earn as much money as you send the characters to do whatever task from actually sending them into this campfire. So that's what kind of annoys me. It doesn't offer any cool animation. Now, comparing this to the snow globe, the snow globe gave us a really, really cool animation, and it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile sending the characters to that snow globe because it gave us a really, really cool animation. This doesn't give anything. It's just bland, plain, and nothing really. It's quite ugly to me, hard to fit in, and it's for the worst one, probably the worst one out of all of it. It's a horrible, horrible reminder of last year's Halloween event, which most people at this point know I absolutely despised. And it was the thing that they advertised, and they made it the sort of the front runner of this event, if you want. How do I say this? I just don't like the look of it. It's just a horrible reminder. And yeah, you do have to send people to go to actually earn money. You have to send Lisa, Martin, Milhouse, or Bart. It's just a horrible reminder, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. Okay, maybe the campfire is as big as the Make a Thing workshop was a bit of an exaggeration, but the thing is pretty big. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on your top 10 buildings, or top 5, or top 3. At least give me a top 3. And yeah, I'll see you next video. Goodbye.